Alright, today we got an old hot water boiler here, slant fin, and a customer called and said that there's no heat in the master bedroom and bathroom. So you've got 4 zones here, and looks like that back zone is dripping water. Yeah, it's definitely dripping water. See if it's calling. Okay, yeah, so the handle was stuck, but that's got to be because now it's loose. We're going to change this valve here. I'm going to have to get a hose and drain it. There's the boiler drain, so I'm going to get a hose and hook to that, drain the water. Let's turn the disconnect off. So it looks like we're just going to need to replace this zone valve here. Piece of cake. Alright, I got a hose hooked to the boiler drain here. Got the hose run outside. And it is draining. Okay, so we've got the water down on it. We've got to take out screw there, screw there, screw there, screw there. Four screws. And then this, we're not changing the whole valve, we're just changing what's called the power head. In order to change the whole valve, we'd have to unsweat it or cut it out, sweat a new one in, and I don't think that's necessary. I think we can just change the power head. But let's get the power head off and we'll see. Alright, I got the old valve screwed off of the valve body, or the power head. That's what we're going to be changing. And we're gonna, of course, we got to get this old O-ring off. It's smashed pretty good. And I'll just have to take my knife or clean that up really good. Maybe a steel brush. Just clean it up a little bit. And got the new power. Well, actually, I had to get a whole valve assembly because they didn't have just the power head at the supply house. So that's the whole thing. But what we'll do, you can see how it there's an arrow that shows you the flow of the water on this particular boiler. If we were to change this whole valve, I know it's opposite of what the old one looks like, but it would go down on this boiler. No, just kidding. It would go up. So the water in the bottom of this valve would be the water leaving the boiler, and on the top of the valve would be the water going to the radiators in the master bedroom and bathroom. So what I'm going to do is take this power head off of this valve body and put it on the other one and wire it up, and we should be good to go. Okay, just to show you on the new valves, new valve bodies, there's the power head and the cover, and it mounts to this with a screw here and a screw up here, and then these are just little tits that stick out. So I'm gonna have to take a wrench and take that off, that off, that off, and that off, and then this plate will come off. Now on these new valves, if there's anything that happens in the future with the power head, you don't have to drain, you don't have to hook a hose up and drain the boiler anymore, because you've got this plate that you just unscrew the power head off of, as opposed to, still got the old one hanging there. That plate and power head are all made together in one piece. So you have to drain the boiler, if not, you're gonna drown. Which I think we needed to drain the boiler anyhow because it was leaking when we got here. Alright, I got the new O-ring in. Cleaned that out, the groove out with my knife, and scraped it pretty good. Next is this plate that goes on there. And I'm not going to be able to show you because I've only got two hands, but I'm going to have to put the bolts back in here. I've got the mounting plate on. Next step is going to be to wire it up. That's the old valve. I'll probably just take one wire off at a time. The wiring should be exactly the same. So we'll just unwire it, because if I mount this valve on here and then try to wire it, it's going to be hard to get to. The new valve is installed. It is not leaking. I've got the wires hooked up to it. So all I have to do now is bleed the air out of the circuits and fire this baby up. Thank you for watching, and please hit the like button. Thanks.